Hi everyone and welcome to the All Things ITSM Global Podcast. We're coming to you from FUSION15 at New Orleans. I'm Kirsty McGowan.
Greg Sanker.
Thank you, Greg. You're just going to help me out here. I'm here with Greg and Carlos.
Casanova.
Yeah, Carlos Casanova. Yeah. And we're going to chat with Ken Wendle today, who probably needs no introduction to most of the people watching this because I think you've been around for just a little while.
I thought you were new to this. Is this your first conference?
This is my first FUSION15 conference.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I've been to Fusion 14, 13, 12, and then before it was called Fusion. So.
Yeah.
So you've been around for a little bit, so I presume that you've seen a little bit of a change over the years.
Yes, although a theme I've heard in some of the presentations is everything old is new again.
Yep.
And I had actually a flashback moment this morning during the keynote where there just simply weren't enough chairs. And 2002, when they had the second ITSM National Conference in Boston, there were so many people that kind of signed up for the last minute, stuff like that. We actually had to bring chairs for people to sit in, and there was a buzz and excitement. I'm seeing a lot of that here, and that's good.
There does seem to be a lot of energy around this year.
Yeah, more than I think I've seen in past years, so that's good.
Now, do you think it's a New Orleans thing? Everybody just,
still excited to
they came straight in from Bourbon Street in the morning?
It's the Big Easy, right? Yeah. So you have people laid back and stuff like that. But I think that the addition of the DevOps pre-conference type thing, I think was good. There's a lot of new people, and that's always bringing new energy.
That's great.
And a lot of veterans are still here and still talking about some of the things that they feel are important to the industry. So there's some good things going on.
Yeah, a good balance.
A good balance. Yeah, definitely.
So you've actually spoken at every conference since
ITSM
USA started.
Yeah, it's really kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine that started coming. Actually, he may have been at the first conference. It was in Orlando in 2001, and I mentioned that I had spoken at every national ITSM USA conference or sponsored conference, and he kind of looked at me for a second. He goes, I think the odds of getting hit by lightning are, because if you look at how they changed the criteria for speakers, sometimes it was like a blind selection, sometimes it was like, people that had never heard of me or something. So, and again, part of it I think is because I've always given a lot of thought to where I feel the industry is and what people might need to hear, and I've kind of tailored my abstract or my presentation to that. And I've been lucky, very blessed. Yeah. But it's fun. It's been a great experience.
So you said all things old are new again. Give me some examples of old topics that are now new.
Well,
again.
DevOps.
Is
we were kind of joking about that. I actually started my career out in business. I was a finance manager, credit collections manager for a transportation company for a while. I've done sales. I've done retail, and then I got into IT. Kind of like early in my career, and the first IT job I had was as a programmer. And when you're programming for a mainframe, you have to understand the operation environment or you don't program for the mainframe. Yeah. So DevOps is not a new concept. It's just been changed, modified for the current environment that we find ourselves in. So, and Troy Dumoulin, who I have a lot of respect for, smart guy. Yep. And he actually used that expression, everything old is new again, as he was doing his presentation yesterday. So it was so that's an example. I think there's always this, it's never really what you learn that makes the biggest impact on you. It's what you relearn. It's like, that's a lesson that I thought I had learned, but now so I think that's important.
I remember a college professor that, and at the time I had no idea what he was saying. And,
so
I opened up that one.
But
he said it's easy when you know how. And it took me a good 15 years, before that finally came back to me one day, and it's like, and it finally hit me. I was like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. Because at that time I was like, oh, he was just being sarcastic. Right. Of course it's easy when you know how.
Yeah.
But I didn't fully comprehend.
It takes you a long time to know how.
It does.
And just fully comprehending what he meant by that. It wasn't just like, well, when you know how, it's easy. And it's like, no, that's not really what we're saying. So it's amazing how, sometimes it's just maybe a little thicker.
That jarred a thought in my head. The movie When Harry Met Sally, the scene in the cafe where it's like, where she's faking it. Yes. She's faking it very well, but she's faking it. Right. And there's a lot of people, I won't mention any names because I would know that, But I kind of distinguish sometimes there's a big difference between an ITIL expert and an ITIL expert certification.
Yes.
And people have that, and there's
sure.
still,
Absolutely.
and it takes a while to really learn the nuances of the concepts around service management. And so that whole thing, but it's easy when you know
Yep.
how.
Yeah.
You can learn all the theory in the world, but until you've actually
Absolutely.
experienced and done
That's
it,
true.
you don't know it.
Yeah, and kind of dissected things and go, okay, that's what it really means.
Yeah, and just because, we've had this discussion, I think all of us have had this discussion, it's what the book said. Oh, okay, but I don't care. What did the book mean? What would the
Exactly.
words mean?
Yes.
I remember starting out and some of the original texts around config and whatnot said, you have to put the change record here and there. And I'm like, that's not really what they're saying.
Right.
But what they're intending is there's controls and there's this
Yes.
and that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would, have like these religious arguments
Yeah.
about but that book said it. And it's like, that I know that's what the book said, but
Yes.
that's not
And
what
they
it
can book and verse
Yeah.
where it is that
Oh, yeah.
ITIL says
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's the same people that can quote
Yes.
the Bible or the
Yes.
Quran or whatever,
Well,
book and
that's
verse,
right.
but they live
Yeah.
like
But
they don't know the spirit of it.
Yep.
And,
I'm
and
with
there's
you.
a spirit to it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually, we had a conversation, the company I started, that's me basically. My ego doesn't say, Wendle Incorporated or whatever, but it's Edify. ITSM, and edify means to learn, to grow,
Yes.
to improve,
Yeah.
and there's a spiritual aspect to it too. And I think that's one of the things sometimes we forget is there's a spirit to service management that is lost on a lot of people,
Yeah.
Right.
and hopefully
Yeah.
that's coming back and
think-
people are recognizing that.
I would add, I think there's a cultural element to service management done correctly or done
Definitely,
well.
definitely.
That is,
Yeah.
is about collaboration and
Yeah. It's-
mutual
yeah.
respect.
It's
Yes.
not all about taking a literal interpretation of what you see in 5 books.
Exactly, exactly.
It's
Must.
not service management.
Yeah,
No, exactly. But that's the thing, in the last year or so, we've been hearing, probably because, we're the ones that are saying a lot of it is, it's around that business outcome. It's like, so yeah, I know what, what the intention was, I know, but ultimately, in the end, what was the outcome that you were trying to achieve? What was the outcome that
Yeah.
the business is trying to get to? And I get that maybe they asked for X, Y, and Z, but you know what? If we get this, oh yeah, and you have those, aha moments with,
I love those aha
Yeah.
moments.
but it's great when you have the folks on the other side that are willing to listen to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, no, I said I wanted X, Y. It's like, but that's not really what you want.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
20 plus years, I'm not saying I know what you want, but I know that that's not it.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's just talk through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so let's just say, what do you want to be able to do at the end of it?
Exactly.
Not, when the business comes to you and said, I want XYZ piece of software.
Yeah,
You say,
Yeah.
well, actually, do you really? What do you want to do?
right. Well,
Yeah.
I joke about that. There's a consulting company you've probably heard of in the UK called the Rolling Stones LLC. One of their head consultants, a guy named Jagger, says you can't always get what you want,
Yeah,
but if
yeah,
you try sometime, you get what you need. And,
Yeah.
and oftentimes we
It's a
don't
very
take the-
successful consultancy.
very
Yeah,
successful
very.
consultant, yeah, and very renowned. But again, the point is a lot of times it's like we give people what they say they want,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's really not what
Yeah,
they
it's
need.
not
And
what
we
they
have to
needed
get in
at
their
all,
heads
yeah.
and learn and
Yeah.
listen. And
But how much of that is what we've done? And I say we,
I think a fair amount.
because I think that there was a period in time where, and I'm not saying intentional, but it probably was. We tried masking, like, well, we know IT. So
Yeah.
you need 4 servers, just give me the money for that. You need,
Yeah.
and once the business, we won't have that discussion because we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
But, once the business started learning the terminology, they're coming to us now
Yep.
saying, oh, we need 2 more servers. And now we're like, oh, how dare you tell us
Right.
that
Right.
you
Yeah.
need 2 more servers.
Yeah.
But yet we've educated them just enough
Yeah.
that they're going to the
Yeah.
SaaS
Yeah.
vendors or the
Well,
cloud
but-
vendors.
Yeah.
And they're going out making technical decisions
Yeah.
to do that. And we're saying, oh, well, you can't do that because that's not the bit, and
Right.
So we've done, I think, a lot
Yeah.
of the damage ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, and I've
Yes.
never yet met a customer that said, I want a such and such process. I want a change management
Yeah.
process. I want a config process. They've never said
No.
that. What
No.
they say
Yeah.
is, I want more consistent service. I want less downtime. I want
Yeah.
you know,
Right,
these
yeah.
faster delivery.
Quit screwing me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Stop-
get out of my way. I need to
Yeah,
run
stop
business.
making,
But-
stop messing with the systems.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think it was Paul Wilkerson who said that, I've been going to these conferences for 20 years, and I rarely hear a presentation about a process that isn't about the process. To this very day, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. We
fascinating.
forget that what that's for. Like, a lot of times when I'm talking about security management, I said, what are you really protecting?
Right.
And people, we're protecting the systems, we're protecting the data. No, you're protecting people.
You're protecting people.
You're protecting
Yeah.
your customers or your students
Yeah.
or your
And
your
that's what I'm talking
executives.
about tomorrow is the security side of it.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
it's not about the stuff. It's
No.
about what how it impacts people.
Yeah, well, we could keep talking for quite some
This is
time.
a good
There's-
topic.
Yeah, we
there's
hear
a really
that
good
you've been
topic
talking for years.
Yes.
I have been for 15,
But we're going
at
to
least
have
15.
They're
stop
cutting
now,
us off.
unfortunately.
Darn.
But,
Yeah.
but no, that was a lot of fun.
Well,
Thanks,
good.
Ken.
Thank you.
It was really,
It's
really
always a
good
pleasure.
to talk
Always
to
a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thanks again.
Good to see you.